Hey preppers, this is the Homestead Prepper, and what am I doing today? Well, this looks kind of crazy what I'm doing here, but I thought this might be of value to some of you. And what I have here is a set of jumper cables. Now remember, do not try this at home, or do not try this at all. And I have my jumper cables going down to an extension cord that I cut up, and it goes up here to this contraption, which this is a housing, and this is a electric fuel pump, 12 volt, 140 gallons per hour, that I got off of eBay. I think I paid around $54 for it. You know, now they have Holley, Edelbrock. I mean, some of those Edelbrocks are like $600. Y'all get what you want. But what I'm doing is there's a gas can over there, and I've got 25 feet of 3/8 inch fuel line. And the way this is on the bottom, you can't see it here, but that's the in and that's the out. And what I'm doing is I'm transferring it over to here. And I know, well, I know I'm gonna get some comments because some of you people out there like to bust balls. But the reason I'm doing this is, I know I can pour that into that. But the reason I'm doing this is because if we have a crap hit the fan scenario and you need to get some fuel out of something, this right here is going to be a lifesaver. And what you can do is you can drop that hose down a tank at a gas station, of course with the owner's permission. I do not recommend, I do not advocate the theft of gasoline or any type of fuel. This is for emergency purposes only. And do not construct one of these unless you are a professional electrician, okay? Anyway, what I've done is I've just taken an extension cord and just used that for the wiring, and I have the electricity over there so there's no spark. If you're going to make one of these, make sure you get like an explosion proof housing. I guess you could store it in a toolbox, but and I've got a switch rigged here remotely away from the stuff, just a simple little house switch. Now like I said, this is just for demonstration purposes. I would get like I said, a vapor proof switch or explosion proof switch, and not use it in the vicinity of the fuel. So what we're going to do is, okay, there's nothing there. What I'm going to do is take this over here, and we're going to turn that on, and immediately that thing starts working. And I don't know if y'all can see that, but that's 140 gallons an hour. Now that's not what the pump puts out at the gas station, but it is quite a bit. I think the pump at the gas station gives me a gallon, about every 6 to 10 seconds, something like that, which is pretty good. Now this is only going to give me, I guess, a little over 2 gallons a minute. And you're going to have to sit here and make sure, it's not automatic like the gas pump. You're going to have to make sure that you shut it off when it gets full. I don't have to worry about that here because these gas cans are the same size. But if you're pumping from a larger tank into you know, a vehicle tank or something like that, then you need to sit there and watch it, and you need to have your finger on the trigger to turn the thing off. So it's like that. But like I said, you don't want to have a switch like this where it can get exposed to the vapors of gasoline, because that little spark in there can catch you on fire and it will ruin your whole day. So it's pretty simple. And when I get done here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that hose, I'm going to take it off, and I'm just going to wrap it up in this box, this little piece of hose here, wrap that up. My extension cord, I'm going to take that, and I got that off of that battery over there. I'm going to take that, and it's all going to be contained in this thing right here. And if I have an emergency, I can get gas out of you know, like a storage tank or something like that. And also, if you had an extra one of these, this would be an awesome barter item. Like if you went up to a gas station and they didn't have a generator, or they didn't have any way to pump the gas out, they would probably be willing to trade you something substantial for a little giddy up like this. Now some people, like I said, this is an aftermarket fuel pump that you use like on a race car or something like that, but you could use the fuel. You'd probably get a fuel pump cheap out of a junkyard. The ones I've seen though are submerged in the tank usually, but it would be a whole lot cheaper to get one out of there. I know a work truck I had a while ago is a 97 Chevy, and the fuel pump went out in it and it cost like $272. That was just for the pump. You know, that was for me to put it in myself. So like I said, this was only $54. You can get a Holley or a Carter one. I think they're 100, 120, you know, whatever. And I'm definitely going to probably be buying an extra one of these, because I do have a alternate gas tank which is a little larger than that, and make it a lot easier to pump that gas into the tank of my vehicle or whatever. And just another idea, if you were really in an emergency situation, you could get an extension cord and you could hook up one end over here to the pump, and you could hook up the other end over there to the car battery. And then if you wanted to disconnect it, a simple disconnect, but like I said, don't do it close to the gas or the vapors. A simple way to do it, here, just like that, and you've got a switch of sorts. Okay, well, that's all I want to show you. This is the Homestead Prepper. I want you to learn, prepare, and survive. Homestead Prepper out.